cents on race 2. And just some more news from Doomben. We told you Dan Ballard's fine. Michael Rod's a bit sore after that incident in the barriers with Cafe Francais, which was scratched from the race. Michael's a bit sore and is going to take the rest of the afternoon off. No serious injuries, but he will not be riding for the balance of the program. So we'll need some replacements, including one for Whitlace, number 10, in the next at Doomben. There's that Super Tab trifecta, $17.80 on race 3, Morphettville. Back to Caulfield now for the late mail with Alf.
Yeah, thanks, Matt. Again, very tough race. Just trying to sort the speed out in a few of these races. Way out last time in the previous event. However, I've settled on number 7, Winsome Loot. Does look very good. It's made headway from its performance.
Goes in the red and white checkered colours. Just about ready. Leeds United will complete the line then. Moving into the outside. So they're all in first leg of the quaddie. Set at Caulfield. Racing. Raid the Royals just a little slow on the inside, and Tenancy powered away in the early part and led them by about a length here to Amtrak coming across fast. Used up from the wide barrier, gets to second outside the leader. Raid the Royals third on the inside, followed closely then by Triggered to fourth but wide. Flamin' Unreal in the centre, about 2 lengths to Danzig's Dream, followed by Lord Daneley and Winsome Loot together. Couple of lengths further back in the field, Reef Beach on the inside with Sandsweeper Deep and Rathlin in the pink colours in the centre. They were followed by Paleo Archway, Leeds United and Watahuck last. Heading to the 700, Tenancy the leader. Amtrak second, they're slowing the tempo down. Triggered as 3 deep and third. Just behind those horses then Raid the Royals, fourth on the inside, followed by Flamin' Unreal. Winsome Looters trapped out and Sandsweepers 4 wide. Danzig's Dream held up behind them on the inside, followed by Rathlin and Lord Daneley. 2 lengths to Reef Beach, and they're trailed then by Leeds United, who's well back cornering, and then Paleo Archway and Watahuck coming around the turn. Tenancy headed now by Amtrak. Triggered as deeper out under pressure, then Flamin' Unreal. Rathlin coming down the outside from Winsome Loot. Danzig's Dream looking for the way clear. Tenancy comes again. Tenancy drew away again from Amtrak, who's battling now, and then down the outside Winsome Loot and Paleo Archway, but Tenancy, good fighting win. Tenancy scores by 2 lengths. Either Amtrak or Paleo Archway wide out for the minor end of the prize, ahead of Flamin' Unreal, Winsome Loot, then Danzig's Dream. Reef Beach followed further back by Rathlin. Behind these, Leeds United, Watahuck, trailed by Lord Daneley. Triggered weakened after a hard run, and then Sandsweeper and Raid the Royals last in. Tenancy takes the prize, number 4, ridden by Blake Shin for Tommy Hughes. Led them up. Amtrak claimed him at the turn, but he beat him off and then held on for a strong win. Number 4 is the winner, Tenancy, Blake Shin. Photo for the minors will go to 10, Paleo Archway. Eddie Wilkinson grabbing Amtrak, who was wilting on the post. Numbers are 4, 10, 3. 4, 10 and 3. Tenancy, $7.70 and $2.60 the winner. Paleo Archway, who was desperately unlucky at Echuca last time out, is placed in town, $6.60, and Amtrak holding third, $2.10. 4, 10 and 3 on race number 4. Tenancy taking it out for Blake Shin. She's a good young rider, this fella. Ran third coming off a break last time out in a form that's been a form race, very strong form race. Confectioner won it, although he has failed at his next start. We've seen Manakama, Speedy King, and the Ballarat winner Close Encounter come out and win immediately after that particular Flemington run. It's his first outing for 3 weeks. He drew a little awkwardly, but Blake booted him immediately out of the barriers with his lightweight. He only hit 52, which was just under the limit weight. So he used that advantage, and it was a good fighting performance in the end, because Amtrak really gave him a race, but just wilted on his run, and Tenancy kept on finding. Solid win. Paleo Archway, the eye-catching finishing run, was a good effort. Tenancy paid $7.70 and $2.60. Paleo Archway $6.60. Amtrak paid $2.10. Quinello $106.20. The Exacta $173.30. Trifecta $1,144.30. The running double on a pair of 4s $27.10. 1 3/4 by in those, 124.01 on race number 4. Next, the program maintenance services handicap. Darren Gauci rides 6 El Nino, scratching his 3 Force Apollo. Race number 5 at 3 o'clock.
All right, Greg, first 4 there, 4, 10, 3, 7, $7,926.20. And another first four to give you Adelaide.
Hannigan, after an unlucky first up performance, looks as if it's trained on nicely, and obviously punters think exactly the same on course because it has had good support, and I'm pleased to report just in the last 10 seconds it's trimmed up.
Moved along. Last up, circumnavigating then. Beautiful fine conditions for racing at Caulfield today. It's around 23, 24 degrees. Just a light breeze. Circumnavigating completed the line. The anniversary vase is set. They're ready. Light flashing. About to break. They look to stand perfectly. All clear, they're off. Chattanooga a touch slow on the inside and Nevada Gold out the back. And Monaghan Tweed began brilliantly, leads from Regal Roller, who's going up to have a look for the lead. Bird Dancer and El Nino just off them, followed by Red Hannigan. Regal Roller doing some work. He's pressuring Monaghan Tweed. He drew a half in front. El Nino got to third, Bird Dancer 4, and they've kicked about 3 to 4 lengths in front with a very fast early section. Debrief holding fifth, followed by Red Hannigan. 2.5 Riley Redwing. Moo Ball, followed by Daly Circumnavigating Nevada Gold, and Chattanooga was back last of all. Up the side at the 800 metres. These leaders have run it hard. El Nino doing work outside Regal Roller. Bird Dancer 2 lengths away, followed by Monaghan Tweed. 6 lengths Debrief, Red Hannigan, followed further back then Moo Ball, and back behind them Riley Redwing the outside, followed by Daly, and then Circumnavigating. Second last coming up towards the turn, Chattanooga, and Nevada Gold has been pulled up at the bend, and Regal Roller is going to corner about a neck in front. Here's Bird Dancer hooking out 3 wide for his run now. Monaghan Tweed is coming on. El Nino's gone. Debrief and Red Hannigan are making runs down the outside. Regal Roller inside the 200 with Monaghan Tweed coming after him. Debrief is still coming down the outside. Regal Roller still a narrow leader. Debrief trying hard. He's coming. Regal Roller in front. Debrief lunges, grabs him. Yep. Debrief, the last stride, I'd say I'd get it, over Regal Roller. Monaghan Tweed third, Red Hannigan 4. They were followed by Daly, and then Bird Dancer, who didn't quite finish his race off, followed in by Moo Ball, Chattanooga, Riley Redwing, and behind these was Debrief, Circumnavigating, and Nevada Gold actually did complete the course, but has been distanced in the race. You'll get it, number 5, Debrief, ridden by Stephen Baster. Really enjoying the hectic pace at which the race was run, and he's been able to come down the middle of the course and win. 13.20 and 3.80. Second 2, Regal Roller, $1.90. Third 4, Monaghan Tweed, to pay $2. Numbers are 5, 2 and 4. 123.29. Well, he resumed in the Newmarket Debrief. He finished down the track, but this was a vastly different kettle of fish for him, and it virtually played into his hands a bit because the hectic pace that they set it up at was going to always suit him. And I was mentioning before the race, he always seems to fire around Easter time. He's gone off a couple of weeks early. His most recent victories have been in the Easter Cup and the Victoria Handicap, but he's now won his 4th from 11 here at Caulfield in a fast run race, going right over the top of them. 5, 2, 4 and 10 on race 5. Brings us to the Gippsland Sprint Series Handicap Final, race 6. Brett Preble is on 1. The scratching is 9. Main race here at Caulfield, due at 3:40.
Yeah, last start, he was 3 back on the rail and never found clear running in the straight. He's drawn awkwardly today. Where's he likely to settle in the run, ideally?
Ideally midfield. He's traditionally a back marker. Aaron Kennedy rode him a little bit closer last start, so as close as we can be, but we will be back in the field and running on.
And you think the...
Only hit the 15 starts, the 7 wins, so he's got a wonderful winning strike rate, and only once has he been out of the first 4 in his career so far. In fact, he's never been out of the first 4, rather, only twice out of the first 3. He moves forward. He will be one of the last to go forward. He's at $4.30. Upset them to the inside. This is the New Zealand-Japan International Trophy, a Group 2 race over the mile. It's the feature with Darren Tyquin.
And we're waiting on the last 2 to come forward. Jet Ski and also Royal Secret. And they go up simultaneously. We're ready. 1,600 metres the journey for the Japan-New Zealand Trophy, and the gate spring there racing. Zvezda bounced out nicely over on the outside with Dance in the Sun, and Pomp and Glory is going forward from Sir Kinloch. There goes Silky Red Boxer up on the inside of those, and Desert Flight the outside, followed by just in behind them Sir Kinloch. Upset them as mid-race. Then came Surprise, Surprise wide, followed by Marie Claire, 2 lengths to Fire in the Hole. Then came Boycott, followed by over on the outside. Then back second last is Royal Secret and Regal Kroner. The Avondale Cup winner is at the tail as they thunder up to the top of the track. 1,100 to go, and Dance in the Sun has moved around the outside and dashed to the lead on that top sweeping bend. Out by a length and a half Zvezda, and then came Pomp and Glory, followed by Desert Flight the next one, and Silky Red Boxer, Sir Kinloch. Then came Jetski, followed by Upset Him at the 800 metre mark. Then Marie Claire in behind them, Fire in the Hole, and then Royal Secret, followed by Surprise, Surprise third last. Then Boycott back second last, and last of all is Regal Kroner as they hot-foot it down to the home bend now for the Group 2. 550 to go, and Dance in the Sun the leader by a length and a half as they swing into the lane now from Pomp and Glory, who's sitting up parked, and Silky Red Boxer is needing that run. Then came down the outside Marie Claire is starting to truck into it, and so too is Desert Flight, followed by Jetski. Upset them back along the inside, and right down the outside is Boycott at the 200 metre mark. Dance in the Sun, Pomp and Glory, then Silky Red Boxer. Marie Claire is winding up. Silky Red Boxer in the middle. It's Silky's day. Silky Red Boxer takes the trophy. A great lineup for second, either Pomp and Glory or Marie Claire from Dance in the Sun, who is over on the inside running rail, and then Fire in the Hole charging through in a clump of runners, followed by over on the outside. Then the next one was Royal Secret, and then came Regal Kroner, followed by Jetski and Surprise, Surprise. Desert Flight was in that clump of runners, and then came Boycott in behind them, followed by Sir Kinloch. Oh gee, Upset Them's finished second to last, and Zvezda is tailed out last of all. Few surprises, but no surprise for Silky Red Boxer, and one of the great servants of the racing industry, one of the genius jockeys in Noel Harris. He's claimed another big one, striding through in the middle on Silky Red Boxer, this model of consistency, and that's why he was at such tight odds on the tote.
And Lindsay Hoffman's got him home, Silky Red Boxer. And a very tight photo for second and third. There was 3 horses across the line vying for second placing. We'll confirm them all shortly on the 9th. We've got Rosehill coming up. The 5th event is a listed race for mares over 1,900 metres. Great Anna, number 2 for John Hawkes and Darren Beedman, is the third. Marie Claire, number 9, was third. The trifecta was $299. New South Wales, 769. Interstate Divs still to come. At Doomben.
Start to have support on the tote. As you've probably just noticed, he started to trim up a little bit there. So they think something's a chance to knock off the favourite, number 1, Gold Class. 1 ahead of 2, 4 and 6. Just running through a few of the others. Karamazoo's been a slight drifter, as is Cash Kai. And then we go down to nothing much else is really wanted. Our blitz is pretty much square across the board, Matt. Bun Reba's just shifted out again on course. 1 ahead of 2, 4 and 6 for the Gippsland Sprint, one of the features on the card here today.
And our live coverage of the race is proudly brought to you by Graham Roger.
1,200. Racing, Gold Class just looked to knuckle a little at the start. Away quickly was our blitz. Della Vista dropping out to the tail soon after the jump. St Christoph got away well, and so did Bust Up and Kashkai. They're sprinting hard, and our blitz from the outside is the leader from Gold Class. 3 lengths, St Christoph in third, Bust Up 4. On his outside, Kashkai about 2 lengths to Gifted Ground. Karamazoo's got a good way back the grey. Second last, Bun Reba, and Della Vista last, and it's a well strung out field. They come towards the 600. Our blitz by a length and a half. In second placing, the favourite Gold Class. 3 lengths away, St Christoph, who's had the good cap on the leaders. Bust Up on the inside, and then Kashkai as they corner from Karamazoo. Gifted Ground, Bun Reba, Della Vista. Our blitz leading, coming around the turn. The favourite on his outside. Gold Class travelled well, and he joins and now heads to the lead. Bust Up runs on with St Christoph, and Kashkai down the outside. Gold Class inside the 200. Preble produced the whip. He's about a length and a half in front. Bust Up Up is coming, and Karamazoo's getting a split and running on. Gold Class in front. Karamazoo, Bust Up trying hard. Gold Class in front. Karamazoo dives, but Gold Class beat Karamazoo. Third placing goes to Bust Up just in front of Kashkai. They were followed Della Vista making some late ground, and back behind them to finish in the race was Our Blitz. He's followed in by St. Krizoff, and back at the tail end is Bunreaver and Gifted Ground. He knows how to win, doesn't he? He's a good racehorse. Number 1 Gold Class, ridden by Brett Preble, takes out the final of the Gippsland Sprint Series. Up on the pace all of the way. He took the lead around the home turn. He had 58 in his back, conceded 5 kilos to the grey Karamazoo. Blinkers on, he was starting to come hard, but Gold Class has held him to win by around a short head on the post. Third going to Bust Up, 1, 4 and 6. Fourth home was number 3 Kashkai. So 1, 4, 6 and 3. Gold Class getting out to 210, 120. Karamazoo $1.70, and Bust Up paying $2.10. He's a good sprinter, big lump of a horse. He carries weight well, and he's unbeaten now in 3 runs over the 1,200 metres. The only time he got beaten here was when he was stretched out over a bit of ground before going out for a break. Yes, the quality shining through there. The Alan Bailey prepared Gold Class, a pickup ride for Brett Preble, who did the job, and he's run 19.56 with his big weight in taking out the Gippsland Sprint Series final, numbers 1, 4 and 6.
He's a very consistent horse. He's got a 50% win strike rate, 11 wins from 22 starts, and the 6 furlongs, 8 wins at that trip. So I wonder if he's in for a trip to Adelaide. A race like the Goodwood Handicap, I don't think would be beyond Gold Class. I'm not sure what's on the agenda for him.
That's been backed on course from the opening quotes. I'll just run through a little bit. As I mentioned, Gazania has just shifted out a little bit, but you've been watching that with the tote. Fits into the same category. Mardi Gras, solid in value. Tarcoola Diamond, solid, touch of value. Bellavici, good odds the tote as opposed to on course. Sensational Spot, again, you're getting something in your favour there. Raven Protector, a lot in your favour. Down to Beautiful Gem, no value. Violent Tense, terrific value. The tote, if you like it, again with Perfect Zero. Chancelot fits into the same category. Kishnahar, very good value. And also we then go down to Fairweather. You're getting quite a bit in your favour there. I want you back pretty much square across the board. And that's about it, Rod. 4 ahead of 1, 8 and 12. Good luck.
Terrific, Alf. Thank you. And there is the grey on screen, Violet Tints, for the upcoming event from Caulfield. Correct weight on the
Field is ready. Favourite in gate 2, red and black colours. Lights on. Little movement over near the outside there. One of them wasn't quite locked in. That would be Sensational Spot, who's now come up 1 from the outside to complete the line. And Sally Wynn to climb back aboard, and we'll have them right to go. Sally climbing into the structure of the gates now. So the field is just about ready. They're all in. Kishnahar just trying to get her head down. She stands better. They're ready. Started being patient with them. They're set now. They're off. Beautiful Gem jumped better today, down in gate 2, and away quickly is Mardi Gras. Violet Tints, Chancelot jumped all right, fair with a Sensational Spot, and Raven Protector have all begun quickly. Settling into stride now, nearing the 900. Raven Protector wide outs going across, and will lead from Kishnahar, booting up to second. Fairweather is third. A length further back, Bellavici in the purple, getting up on the inside of Beautiful Gem. In that bunch too, Mardi Gras and Sensational Spot wide, and Violet Tints also. A length and a half, I Want You Back. Gazania buried away well back on the inside, and then Tarcoola Diamond, Chancelot, Perfect Zero and Fading. Raven Protector did some work from the outside gate, but leads by 3 around the turn to Kishnahar, followed by Fairweather, Sensational Spot wide, then Violet Tints. Beautiful Gem about 6 lengths from the leader under pressure, and then Bellavici and Mardi Gras. Raven Protector at the 200 by 2, Kishnahar, Sensational Spot, Violet Tints, Fairweather. Beautiful Gem down on the inside. Raven Protector at the 100 is given them something to chase. Here's I Want You back out of the ruck, but Raven Protector's 3 lengths in front. What a great deal of speed she showed all the way. Raven Protector beat I Want You back. Third placing either Sensational Spot or Gazania, who flew late. Tarcula Diamonds wide out. Beautiful Gem battled away next, and then came Kishnahar. Fading Fairweather, Bellavici, Mardi Gras, followed Chancelot, Perfect Zero, and Violet Tints. She just ran them off their feet. 7 Raven Protector from the outside barrier, crossed the field, led comfortably, and was never going to be beaten. $34.50 and $7.90, thank you very much. Number 15 is second, I Want You back, $3.10. 6th, third, Sensational Spot. It's got the third, number 6. So 7, 15 and 6 are official, and it's $5 the place dividend for Sensational Spot. Be a nice trifecta coming up on race number 7. David Brideoak, Tony Carson on Raven Protector. You couldn't find an excuse for the Beaten Brigade. She came back to Mayor's company today, and that no doubt has helped her. She wasn't beaten all that far in the Group 3 2 starts ago.
OK, Greg, and Hector Protector, Raven Runner, the breed of this 4-year-old mare. Raven Protector. The first 4 on the previous at Morfettville on Unitab. 3 saw it run second in the Bagot Handicap at Flemington on New Year's Day. 4 Foxborough, $9.90. Lawson Storm jumped awkwardly in a listed event at Morfettville 2 weeks ago behind Rally, finished third and was beaten ahead. Probably should have almost won the event. 8 Outback Lad is at $5.10. Outback Lad, a winner at Cheltenham back in February, coming off a last start second at Morfettville behind Rally. Outback Lad at $5.10. 9 You're Joking at $11. You're Joking second at Penshurst, and then a 4th at Flemington 3 weeks ago behind Caulfield. First things first, race 7 from Morfettville as we head back now to Hilton Donaldson.
And then on the next line it's Hydrometer along with Furnish and Honor Jeune. But it's a wide market for the Birthday Cup. Ready to run. 1,800 metres. Set for a start, racing. It was a good start. Hydrometer from the inside out. Well, Furnish is showing pace with You're Joking. Caradan pressing forward, then McBeal, Sadler Joe, and Outback Lad is trying to work into the race early, but is out 3 deep and has a wall in front at the moment. Then on a Jeune, 3 away Foxborough, who slotted in nicely, 1 off on the outside of You Little Butte from Pipkin, Lawson Storm, then Belton and Miss Stress. 1,300 before them, and the ace marker is Hydrometer. He leads by 3/4 of a length on Furnish, and third and 3 wide was Sadler Joe. Back over on the inside, You're Joking from Caradan. 2 to McBeal inside Outback Lad from Honor Jeune 2 away, followed by You Little Butte, Pipkin, Foxborough. Then came Belton from Lawson Storm and Miss Stress. 1,000 left to go on the Birthday Cup. Hydrometer, he leads by a half length to Furnish, and 3 wide and third Sadler Joe. On the inside is You're Joking from Caradan. Outback Lad starts a 3 wide move, goes onto the back of Sadler Joe. McBeal on the inside, followed by Honor Jeune, Pipkin improving. Foxborough patiently ridden, gives the leaders about 7, coming by the 7, gets out wide and now from You Little Butte, followed by Belton, Lawson Storm and Miss Stress. There's many with a chance at the 500. Hydrometer led Furnish a neck, 3 out Sadler Joe under pressure, 4 wide around them now, 3 wide Outback Lad. You're Joking looking for the way through. Pipkin runs on, and then Honor Jeune starting to come into the action, followed by McBeal sticking to the rails at the 300 metres less now. Outback Lad, Furnish on the inside of them. You're Joking deep out, Pipkin, Honor Jeune. Lawson Storm's making a late close, wide out. Outback Lad the leader. Here's Lawson Storm's big chance at Black Type. He's raced to the lead, Lawson Storm. Pipkin goes with him. Outback Lad shifted. Foxborough late from Honor Jeune. Lawson Storm. Lawson Storm won at a neck on the line to Pipkin. Third's a very good go. Honor Jeune maybe from Foxborough wide out. Then McBeal, Outback Lad. Miss Stress ran on, followed by Caradan, You Little Butte. And then came Belton, followed by Furnish from Sadler Joe. You're Joking, and Hydrometer came in near enough to last after leading. 149.88. Lawson Storm, back-to-back double for Simon Price. He'd been out of the winners list for some time, Lawson Storm, but he was placed at Black Type last time out in the Pat Glennon Memorial behind Rally. Perfect ride by Price. He's ridden brilliantly today. He's brought 2 horses in the last 2 events with well-timed runs. Now Pipkin will be second, Justin Potter for Barry Brook. And third, I fancy Honor Jeune to last from Foxborough, who got a fair way back and made a wide move, but didn't really get into the race. Outback Lad just behind those. Numbers on the frame, 6, 3, 14 and 4, race 7.
Terrific Hilton and Lawson Storm taking out the event. David Balfour, the trainer, giving Simon Price a double. He took the 6th event with Fly For Me, Bellotto. Poet's Breeze, the Zephyr Bay mare. The 4-year-old taking out the 7th event, the listed Birthday Cup from Morfettville. It's 6, 3, 14 and 4. And we'll endeavour to get you some first 4 details in just a moment from now. Okay, the win of Lawson Storm in the 7th event from Morfettville. Time to head back to Caulfield. Alf Matthews with the last word on race 8 at Caulfield.
Again, a tough race. Tall Timbers has had support on course. Opened up similar to the Tote, and then, did they crunch it? Came in quite substantially, and it's just started to get out a touch late. However, still well under. It's
Big quaddie, particularly with the Raven Protector in the final leg, $15,400. Numbers 4517. Daily double paid $438.40 on 5 and 7. Here's British Ensign coming up for Nicholas Ryan now. Lodger to get set with Intelligent King and Irish Crusader. And we'll have them ready for the final event. Sweet Corn opened in the market as eased out. Tall Timbers very solid all the way through betting. And it's trimming all the while. It's a confident feel about it in the betting ring. Irish Crusader goes up. Lodger comes up. Field is now ready. They're all locked in. Sweet Corn just took a little dive. Oh, now look out. The favourite was getting up in the air there. Tall Timbers, he settles now. They're away. And Tall Timbers jump well. In the early stages, Lord Erin drifting back and Thurman out the back. And in the early stages of the race now, Youthful spears over and takes over the running. Ahead of British Ensign, Whistler's Gypsy, and Tall Timbers is going up 3 deep on the outside early. In behind them then came Irish Crusader settling down in 5th placing, followed by Sweet Corn. 1 further back, Vicksburg on the inside, and then Lodger. 2 lengths to Lord Erin, Intelligent King, and Thurman last. It's Truly Run as they top the rise, and Youthful in front. In 2nd placing, the favourite Tall Timbers a length away. British Ensign 3rd on the inside, then Whistler's Gypsy. 1 further back in the field is Irish Crusader, followed by Sweet Corn, a length and a half to Vicksburg. 1 further back at the 1,000 came Lodger, followed by Lord Erin, Thurman, and Intelligent King on the outside. Youthful now heads to the railway side inside the 1,000 metres by a length clear. 2nd is Tall Timbers. British Ensign on the inside, 3rd from Whistler's Gypsy and Irish Crusader. 2 lengths to Sweet Corn on the outside of Vicksburg, a length and a half to Lodger, Lord Erin, Thurman, and Intelligent King. Youthful heads towards the 600 metre mark by a length and a half. Tall Timbers 2nd. British Ensign has enjoyed a good run, 3rd on the inside, then Irish Crusader, a length and a half. Sweet Corn, Vicksburg, Whistler's Gypsy, and 2 to Lord Erin, and then Lodger. Youthful in front at the 400, coming around the turn now. On the outside, called on for his runners, Tall Timbers, 2 lengths Irish Crusader, and they were followed then by British Ensign, Vicksburg, and Lord Erin into the straight now, and Tall Timbers claims the lead. Irish Crusaders coming on strongly down the outside now. Irish Crusader racing up to Tall Timbers. He's got a fight on his hands, the favourite. On the outside, Irish Crusader is going home a little bit the better, grabbing the lead from Tall Timbers, and Irish Crusader half a length to Tall Timbers. 3 lengths away, 3rd Lord Erin, and they were followed then closely in the field by Sweet Corn, Vicksburg, Youthful, and next is Intelligent King. Back behind these to finish in the race then was British Ensign, trailed by Thurman, Whistler's Gypsy, and Lodger dropped out to last.
Thanks, Greg. And Irish Crusader takes the last event, number 7. Greg Charles for the Darcy Thoroughbred Syndicate. Brian Mayfield Smith, the trainer. 15.60, 3.60. Tall Timbers, first taste of defeat, $1.50, and 4 Lord Erin, $2.20. So 7, 11 and 4, wrapping up a big day of racing from Caulfield. On their way to the start for the 7th